Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sandbox Saturday stream. I'm Alex Flores, aka Kamasazi, joined here by voice, in voice, mind, body, and soul by Lukus is right. How you doing, Lukus?
Doing well, man. How are you today?
I'm gonna caffeinate real quickly here.
Yeah, that's what this is. This is all caffeine.
Yay! All right, so lots of cool stuff going on. Make sure you're following the Sandbox on Twitter if you're not already. There's all sorts of fun stuff posted every day. So we got Crypto Stash here, buddy of ours from the Web3 space, says, I put these good-looking chads in my upcoming game for the Sandbox. Secret Agent Stash Mission Zero will launch Alpha Season 4. Which is cool. I don't know how much... yeah, we knew there was going to be an Alpha Season 4, but did I say Saturday?
I don't know.
Did I say I might have said Saturday. I did say I was tired to Lukus before we started streaming. I didn't sleep enough.
True.
It's Saturday somewhere in the future.
I'm into it. Now before I was like, all right, we need to have a talk. But now that you mentioned time travel,
it's always going to be Saturday sometimes in the past, and there will most likely be Saturdays in the future as well. At least
hopefully.
I hope.
Love Saturday. Saturdays are for cartoons.
And the Sandbox Saturday stream. But today's the Sandbox Wednesday stream. So, anyway, it's cool to see something retweeted by the Sandbox's official account that says Alpha Season 4 on it.
Yes.
It's just kind of throwing it out there. You will have to fight both Spike Reacts and Brysont to complete your mission agents. Thanks to NFT and...
sorry. What? I was going to say, can I fight them with a strongly worded letter?
I don't know. They it looks like they've got guns and swords and briefcases and giant hammers. So I'm guessing you need a little more oomph than that.
Okay, thank you.
So it says thanks to NFT and Sandstorm Meetup for the build. And these guys are looking pretty spiffy here.
Yeah.
I'm really digging this high collar hoodie thing. I always like that. Very much
so.
It's like
what's that remind me of? It's an anime thing.
It's a cyberpunk look, and I think some like Naruto characters and stuff have that. I mean,
that's what it is.
It's been in a whole bunch of. It's a very like futuristic, like Japanese and Korean style clothing, and you can buy hoodies that look like that too. They just always look so cozy. It's like having a scarf built into your hoodie, just there. Anyway, these guys look super duper cool. I'm hoping you'll be able to buy these guys, not just play with them in the game, but we'll see.
I'm really digging Brysont's hammer, because I think what it is his briefcase is transforming into the hammer.
It kind of does look like that.
Where do I get that briefcase?
Yeah,
because that's what every professional needs in today's modern world.
He swings it back and the handle, and it's like the lightsabers that you would flick and you go, and the blade would pop out of the handle. So it's like that, but with a hammer. Yeah, super cool characters. So Crypto Stash has been a supporter for the Sandbox for a long time. We had a chance to meet him in New York City for NFT NYC. Was that still last year? That feels like forever ago now. For the longest time, it felt like, oh, that was just last month, and now it was May last year. Just it feels like an eternity ago now.
Oh wow!
But it's been over a year. Yeah. So we're looking forward to that in Alpha Season 4, whenever that is. I don't think there's any hints there, but there's some more info. Brysont gets a sports car and Spike gets a bulletproof SUV to roll around in too. These are looking really cool.
Okay, digging it.
These have like low poly 80s. Is it Lamborghini or Ferrari? That was kind of this shape.
I am not a car guy.
I think Ferrari. But they're not.
I'm going to agree with you.
They're not branded. but they do look pretty cool. And what does Seb say? Great to see surprise guests of honor in your game. And says we need to make you into a secret agent. I don't know. Seb is maybe not inconspicuous enough to be a
See,
secret agent. I don't know.
see, I'm going to disagree with you. I'm going to play not devil's advocate, but
Stash's
I'm going to play the
advocate.
opposite. Yeah, there you go. Because I feel like Seb is the most secret of agents. Like we don't even know it. He's been a secret agent this whole time.
Yeah,
Just
hiding in plain
pew
sight.
pew pew, hiding in plain sight, doing his thing, just
Okay.
spreading the word of the metaverse.
All right, I'll take that.
Hmm.
Next, we've got Dive into a World Where Sports and Entertainment Collide, August 24th to September 14th. Introducing Doasis City?
Doasis, yeah.
Doasis City? I'm not sure it's if you look at the name here and the logo, it's D period Oasis.
Mhm.
So I think it's D
Mhm.
Oasis City.
No, I think
It's
you're
just
right. I think you're right.
the at makes it a little confusing, but yeah, you see the period there.
And also DAO would be DAO, so I'm just way off. So my apologies to Doasis.
Well, I think we got it now.
Hmm.
Introducing Doasis and Warwick's Rise of the 10th Legend. Unleash your inner athlete and join the legend. The council's been testing this game. It's pretty cool. It's got some challenging parkour stuff in it that Conrad kicked my butt, I will say. So, but no, it's a really cool looking space. Really excited to see people playing this one. We might play it on stream, maybe. We'll see. But you can join for your chance to win exclusive NFTs. Complete all quests for a chance at winning NFTs from the 10 years Warwick's Collection raffle reward pool, including 100 baseball armor NFTs, 100 Mr. Basketball Head NFTs, 100 Speed Shoe NFTs, and 100 Golf Club Blade NFTs. And you can see those here when we zoom in. So make sure you are KYC'd and you have to complete all the quests in the experience. And you can learn more about all that. Oh, yeah, right here. I saw that you posted a link. I wanted to make sure we weren't double posting here.
Oh yeah, it was for the other thing that we're going to talk about in a second.
Yep. Is this? Nope, not this one. The next one. So get ready for an immersive journey into Turkish culture like never before. Introducing the Turkish First Land Sale. Become a part of it. Rubbing shoulders with stars, brands, and history. Register today from 3 p.m. UTC. And that's tsbga.me/TurkishVerse_TW. I don't know what the TW means.
Twitter?
Maybe. So you can... Can I get a smaller URL? Maybe?
Oh my goodness. That's a big one.
Yeah, it's cause when you have social media links, sometimes they get expanded because there's all like the analytics tracking stuff to go like this is where these users came from.
UTM linkers.
Yeah, but there's the short link there. So land sale raffle sign up is August 23rd. That's today, 3 p.m. UTC to August 29th, 3 a.m. UTC. Land sale raffle results announcements on August 31st. Land sale August 31st, 1 hour after the raffle announcement at 11 a.m. UTC. Land sale starts at 12 p.m. noon UTC and goes to September 4th, 12 p.m. UTC. Land sale auction. Those are for the OpenSea plots, the 3x3s and 6x6. Goes from August 31st to September 4th as well. And land sale last chance auctions, September 4th to September 6th. I'm not sure what they mean by last chance. I'm guessing
that's when when you enter the raffle, you know obviously you get a chance to purchase land, but some people don't purchase that win the land raffle. So the last chance is the ones that don't get purchased by the raffle winners once they travel over to OpenSea, I believe.
Okay. All right. So you can follow the link in the chat to check out all that stuff. There's a pretty cool video in there too from our marketing team there.
It's
And
it's really well done.
yeah, well, we've got some really cool animators and video creation talent on our team. Actually, our the guy who made the Sandbox's style, our sort of, I call him our art director, although I don't think that's his official title. Tybalt Samar uh, is in charge of our motion graphics team, and I think his team makes most of this stuff. Don't
Well,
quote me
they
on
do a
that.
phenomenal job.
Yeah,
Whoever
they
did
make
it.
fun stuff. I definitely know they made that rabbits video when the rabbits were running around that NFT museum. I know they made that.
That was
Uh,
beautiful. That was so much fun. Oh wow.
all right, so that's Turkish verse. Now this was the link that Lukas shared earlier. Welcome to the next era of Agoria music. Agorians are the first ever Web3 avatar collection that implements an automatic appearance transformation to reflect the real life time of day. Are
Which
we?
sounds super interesting.
I'm guessing is that's not happening in the sandbox, is it? Um,
If you look at the video for that, so not the Haymint one. One second. Let me actually pull up a different link. But if you look at the video, it shows the avatars kind of shifting from one look to another. So I don't know if that's like one of their animations or what, but it seems like there at some point this NFT will have like a shift feature to it.
hmm, I don't know how they do that.
It's a mystery. Here, wait, maybe this is it. Yeah, here we go. I got it. Got it. I'll drop this in the chat.
Let's see.
See that?
Yeah, I'm wondering how
I was
that
wondering about this
works in
too.
engine. Night mode. So there seems to be a toggle for night mode, day mode, new moves. I'm wondering. So what it might be, and this I haven't seen a behind the scenes look at this. But there could be on the avatar selector
Hmm.
that you have. Uh, it might be kind of like you have two options. You can choose night mode or you can choose day mode. It could be that they're implementing in the game client that you can change it while you're playing, or that the time of day from the weather behavior changes the way you look, which would be super cool. I just haven't heard anybody talking about it yet, so I'd be very surprised if that's active right now. But
If it was an auto,
you could definitely have two collections connected to the same NFT. So you own one avatar NFT and it's showing two avatars you could select from.
yeah,
But we'll see. We'll see how it
yeah,
works. I'm
it's a
curious about
mystery.
this one. Who's to say?
Who's
Um
to say?
let's see. Does it say, is it still the 100 sand price that most of these are? They might have said it in the video while I wasn't paying attention.
While we were paying attention to the beautiful animation and how
Yeah.
things were changing and all that whatnot, I feel like that's fair. It's like, hey, you made something that's so interesting that we kind of lost ourselves a
There's a
little bit in
Medium
it.
article. I didn't see the link at first. So maybe this explains it. Da, da,
Let's figure
da,
it out.
da. I
Here's the
don't
link to that
I don't
Medium article.
I don't see it explaining it in here. It's hmm hmm it says around the clock your avatar will transform every 6 hours. 6 hours, aligning itself to the day or night. If it's does it do you have four modes? If it's 6 hours, maybe they meant 12 hours, or like
Maybe it just changes every 6 hours, so it's like twice a day.
there's four sets of 6 hours in a day though.
No, I meant like the average person, like the daytime portion of the day. So we'd be able to change during the daytime, but that wouldn't.
Mm.
Yeah.
Or maybe it does. It's like game day cycles, which are like shorter. Like when you
Mm,
play like Legend of Zelda or Far Cry or any game with a dynamic changing clock, it's
yeah, yeah.
very rarely actually 24 hours. I've seen that in a
Thankfully,
couple
thankfully.
games. Like Pokemon Go will like darken when it's past sunset at your time.
Yep.
Um, but that's a little different
Yeah,
because
it's just a direct overlay with Google Maps. So
yeah,
when Google goes into night mode, Pokemon's like, time to turn out the lights.
it's time to party.
Basically.
Yeah, so I guess it does seem like it's automatic. Um, but I'm very curious about how that looks like while you're playing.
Yeah.
I would like to I want to know more.
My question is this. So let's say it is on like an auto clock and you don't have control over it. Let's say I'm hanging out in a social hub with a friend who has one of those and all of a sudden the time clicks. Am I going to see them change like in real time from one to the other in that moment?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
That's what I
And
want to know too.
Jazz Wolf confirmed it is 100 sand. Um, okay, you can change the whole site. That's pretty cool.
Oh, snap. That's so cool.
You got people like with flame and ice and heart bodies. They're all like just kind of ethereal floating things. I like the black and white spring looking guy. It's pretty
Okay,
cool.
there's that tie that's like a keyboard, and that guy reminds me of that tie.
Like a piano keyboard?
Yeah, like a piano keyboard. It's all black and white. It's from a famous music
Okay.
video. I can't remember which one it's from, but I've seen a couple people wearing them throughout the years, and it always makes me laugh.
Uh when you first said it, that wasn't what I was thinking though. And I want to see if I can find the thing. Here it
Tell me
is.
more.
I kind of want it, but also it's something that I would probably never ever wear. Uh the keyboard puffer jacket. It looks like those old 80s IBM keyboards that go clacka 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 when you type on them. I used to have one of those. I'm kind of sad I got rid of it, except I would need to buy an adapter to get it to plug into a modern computer because it's that old.
I was
It's
gonna
like
say
one of
I
those
still have one. If
chunky.
you want one,
I don't think I really need it, but it is such a
okay.
satisfying noise. I used to just
It
play with it
is.
just for the sound. Yeah. Like
Yeah,
that was the keyboard that we had on our DOS machine when I was a small child.
small,
Small child.
very small.
Yeah. So when you said a keyboard tie, I was thinking something like this, which actually a tie
It's
like this would
much
be pretty
cooler.
cool too.
Yeah, I was
A
just gonna say that'd be
puffy
much cooler
tie.
than what I was
Yeah.
thinking about.
It would be even cooler is if you could type on the tie. If the clackers were still if the springs or whatever mechanics are inside the mechanical keyboard,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then you
yeah.
could just you'd be hanging out and you adjust your tie. And it's like
Little clicker.
yeah.
Oh man, how annoyed would people be if you wore that to like a wedding?
Oh, I it would be the best. All right, little detour there.
Little,
Um,
little one, very small.
so yeah. Anyway, this. So you do need to sign up for the list on Haymint, and the mint date is August 29th.
I
So
think I'm
make
gonna get
sure.
one of these. I
I
think I'm
think
gonna
that
get one.
yeah, I think I'm gonna try for one. They
Hmm.
look pretty cool.
I should say that. I'm gonna try for one.
Yeah, and even um, my brain went like in a direction, and I'm just gonna not do it.
Okay.
We're gonna move on to the next thing. We've talked about this the past few streams, but just to point out, Heroes versus Villains Game Jam is still going on. The closing date for submissions is August 27th at 3 p.m. UTC. So you got 4 days. 4 days left to finish your Game Jam entry. Make sure you give yourself hours before that 3 p.m. UTC time. Try to finish with hours left to spare, because if you're right on that last minute, the form could close and you could not be able to submit. You could have an internet outage, and all of a sudden you can't save your game or upload it. All sorts of things can happen. So don't write it till the very last minute. Try to just complete and get it in there before it's too late.
Yes,
Um,
please.
the Playboy Game Jam award ceremony is going to be Saturday next week, September 2nd. So tune in for that. And
I will.
there was one more thing that I wanted to do. And this isn't like this wasn't announced on social media or anything, at least not as far as I know. But there are a whole bunch of new avatar parts on the avatar builder. I knew that these were coming. They're by Sandboy for the most part. I think he did all
Really?
of them. One of my favorite artists and co-workers, former
So
former
talented. So
subordinate.
talented.
Like he basically runs the avatar department now. So he doesn't really work directly under me. But I've had great pleasure being able to work with Samboy. He's super cool. Look at my new outfit here. I'm looking.
Dude, you look so hip.
I
You got a chain on your wallet,
like
Alex.
I said, I really like the scarf look here. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
We need to have a talk about that wallet chain. But I mean,
I just kind of like the ripped knee jean because that's what I had been wearing
maybe
before.
it's a pocket watch because it's the front.
As I would say, it's a pocket watch because I don't jive with wallet chains. They feel tacky to me.
Okay, I gotta ask. I gotta say, who is losing their wallet so much that they need to chain it to their body?
They could live in a city with a lot of pickpockets, but I don't think that a wallet chain really stops a pickpocket that much.
No. No.
If anything, it gives them a thing to grab. It just
grab onto.
Like that, your belt loop will just pop right off. What was that Wizzy the blue headpiece? So I unless they fixed, there's a bug. For some reason I can't save changes. Yeah, I get an error code. So they're working on this. They're trying to fix it. There have been times that I've had to upload parts for run around. Actually, I like this with the black hat like that. That's pretty cool. It's actually using the custom color, so I can I can do that. Yeah, is that cool? But this one is for testing purposes only, and is specifically for me, like recording videos and stuff, running around as a Wizzy avatar before the avatar's officially launched. I've had this uploaded forever. I think I also have the Santa. At least I used to. I might not have it anymore. Other things that I've had to upload before have been like the Moonbirds. I ran around as a Moonbird once. So this is
one of my dreams.
This is just part of my the work that I have to do.
Very hard. I feel so bad for you.
But there's but yeah, if you sort by newest, they'll all be at the top. You could look super like a super hip Colonel Sanders. You can be this guy. I love this guy. This guy's great. Especially he's got a pompadour. He's looking super slick. And then I like to put on a Hawaiian shirt and.
Are there more Hawaiian shirts now?
Yep, there's more Hawaiian shirts along with some duck swim trunks. It's the best. This is now the council's. So for those of you who follow Half Dork, you already know that he's taken a break from the Sandbox, so he's not working with the council right now. But we're on very good terms. But I had to give him back the avatar that he was using for he had given his what's the collection, a Thunderbirds avatar to the council, and so when we were doing stuff as the council, we were playing as his Thunderbird's avatar. So I sent it back to him because it's his, and so I had to set up. And I gotta say, I'm not missing the Thunderbird's avatar at all because this guy just looks so flipping cool. Actually, I like giving him a bit of a tan too. If
Pompadour Pete, dude's killing it. He's killing it. You need to give him a stick because he's gonna be beating the people off with it. It's just
Anyway,
so, yeah, the phrasing was a little weird on that one. Sorry about that.
I just
robots.
And you can change the color of his sunglasses too.
Oh my goodness.
So he's just so cool. So if you see the council running around, this is what we look like now.
There's a duck head.
Oh yeah. Oh, they get even cooler. So let me reset everything back to the default colors. Real quickly here. That way you can kind of see the way they look correctly.
What?
And a bunch of these things do have customizable colors as well. So and they're all named. So there's Duckdale. And if you type in the name in the search and then you just switch the body part, it'll show you all the ones that go together.
Duckdale has tattoos.
He's got a cross earring.
What?
He's got flaming tattoos. But the cool thing, Samboy did such a good job setting these up. You can swap out the yellow duck skin for the skin tone of your choice. What? So you can mix if you want tattoos
green duck.
on anybody else. Like it doesn't have to be a yellow duck. You could make it a green duck.
Oh wow! Look at that.
You can totally be a green duck. Yeah. So these all mix and match together so well. And some of these are just really cool outfits. So you got this puffy hoodie here. Let's see, where's the head for that one? So it's actually a puffy jacket over a hoodie because you can wear the hoodie and it will match with that.
I love the fact that you can change out the body parts and the heads like that because like for my avatar, my custom avatar, I can throw the robot head on there and still have everything else that I had before that.
You got a cool like Back to the Future jacket here.
A super duper.
Let's see. I think it was was it Rocky?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's the one that goes with the Hawaiian shirt by default. This is like a raccoon. Let's see. And also, there's robots.
Oh, wait, there's more. Plus, there's a lot of the old ones in there, too. So they didn't get rid of everything.
No, yeah, all the old stuff is still there. So you can still mix and match this with the other parts that you have. It's just adding a whole bunch of new stuff to your potential wardrobe and face and hair features. So, yeah, this is a cool robot. And
so what you're saying is robot legs. Got it, coach.
You can customize the color of the robot.
This is the best day ever.
Yeah.
That orange robot looks like a crash test dummy.
Yeah, we don't really have it in the right shade of, like the yellow's very like lemon lime kind of yellow. If you want to do like a traditional yellow crash test dummy, there is a collection of crash test dummies by Gatistau, which look really cool, but I don't. Yeah. They're not an option for this. At least
that's
not yet.
What I was thinking about. Yeah. I remember when he was running around in that when it was like Alpha Season 1 or 2, and I just fell in love with those.
Yep. let's see. Was there? And there's just a bunch of different animals. So like they're just really cool. I'm really happy that they're working now. Um. Anyway, that was what I
'Cause
wanted to show. It's just fun.
I'm glad you did. I'm glad you
Yeah.
did because that was super
It
awesome.
was just like a stealth. It was a stealth launch. Like we didn't know. Like I didn't even know that they were out. I went to change the council's avatar when I sent the NFT back to Halfdork, and I was like,
What is this?
and so then spent like the next 30 minutes like customizing. That's what always gets me stuck in like Skyrim and all the different RPGs where you can set up your characters. Just character creation. Like you have like 14 hours in this game. Yeah, I haven't gotten the first quest yet because I'm still customizing all the sliders. Like, what if my eyebrows are like this, or what if my nose is like this? And
You make it a little different. Make it a little different.
yeah. So today's a building day. Oh no, Vox
It
had it
is a
crashed.
building day.
Oh no, Vox had it. It was mad that I
BRB
left it.
building robots.
I left it in the background for too long, and it got upset with me.
You know what? It's fair. Vox said it is very jealous.
So, we're just about done with the new obelisk here, obelisk of sand. I just need to finish shading in. You can see I've done the shading of the letters here, and I haven't finished the top ones. But if you want to know what it says, this monument commemorates the minting of 3 billion sand tokens on the Ethereum blockchain on October 29th, 2019, with transaction 0x43FEED4EB9, and so on and so forth. And that's this part here. And then I'm gonna strew some coins and treasures along the bottom of it to finish it off. So
Nice.
there is actually a reason why the original obelisk is a little broken. Let's see.
Go on.
Hold on. That's not sandbox obelisk of. That's obelisk of sand. Not the obelisk. Obelisk. That's the template. There we go. Obelisk of land. And it says Obelisk of Land to Ruin, which isn't like the final name of it, but you'll notice it's got some mossy stuff growing on it.
A little dinged up.
Yeah, it needs some TLC. It's got some cracks in the surface.
Why
Some
for cracks,
scars.
Alex? Why for
So
cracks?
this is the old land contract.
You clever dog, you.
So I when I put all this information on, I used the original contract for the land, and which is no longer in use because we migrated over to a new contract even before we were doing Polygon. Um, and there was some like I don't remember, actually I don't think I ever knew why, what the details were behind it, but the old land contract had some security concern
There you
that
go.
was never exploited, but the contract was updated to make sure that it was not
It was not exploited. Yeah.
exactly. So
Yeah.
so yeah, uh, that's why this is the old contract, and it's extra ancient and in disuse. But that's that one. So let's go ahead and hop in the game maker for a bit, and maybe we'll check out some stuff.
Like what?
Mm, well, I did finally release the summer assets for the Block City. Now, the claim's not up yet. I'm not sure when exactly the spring one should be live by now, so I need to find out why the claim's not showing up yet for spring. Summer, as far as I know, is not minted, but it is ready to be minted. It's all set up and ready to go. So both of those claims should be active very, very soon. Um, ba, 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 ba. Come on. Oh, I know why it's being slow. I cleared my cache, so I had to re-download stuff. So this one is red because currently it is not in my inventory. So if you like unwishlist something or if you transfer it to another account, it'll show up as a red asset. But if you hit play, it will still show up correctly.
Interesting.
So let's see. Let's find a nice little spot here to experiment with, and I'll show off the new blocks. So if you just type in city block in the search for the library and switch to the blocks view, you'll see there's a bunch of new blocks here. And so you can play around with this kind of Sonic the Hedgehog style brick pattern here. I really like these ones. They're kind of a pain in the neck to set up because you can't really perfectly loop the texture on every side and have the shading direction be consistent. So you kind of have to make concessions. Like this side is not going to be as perfect as this side. So
it looks really cool though.
From the top view, it's perfect. Like the lighting is at the correct angles and everything lines up the way it's supposed to. Although color-wise,
that's rad, man.
I think I need to actually fix. Maybe it is a different color. I think the lighting on it is like a little bit too bright. It's actually making the two oranges that are technically different colors. They're kind of blending into each other. So we're gonna go with overcast. Yeah, that definitely made a difference in the shaded yellow part was looking the same shade of orange as the highlighted orange part. And that was just because of the oranginess of the sunlight. So that's something to consider when you're designing assets is you're going to want to, if you're designing for a specific scenario, like you're designing assets for your own game, you want to pay attention to what your lighting is going to be like in the final situation because it's going to affect the color. And if you are making it for anybody, like an asset to sell, then be aware that the color, that they will be able to change the color based on what they set the ambience of that space to be.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So just something to be aware about. You may be surprised by the way an asset looks under certain lighting conditions. But yeah. So like you'll notice from I think this side, the you can tell at where the loop happens, the shaded part, these yellow blocks are actually shaded on 3 sides instead of just 2 sides. And so it ends up with kind of having like a shingle line almost. And that's just because doing this kind of shading on 2 sides, at least there may be a way to do it perfectly, but no manipulation of math or science that I could manifest would make it loop perfectly on every single side. So I got it pretty close and at least perfect on the top, which I feel is like one of the most important spots. Yeah, what's up?
How long did you spend on it?
Way too long.
Perfect, I mean.
way too long, and way too long considering that I already did it on this one. It's the same pattern. It's just half the size. The main difference is that this pattern is the same hue of blue. It's just darker and lighter instead of orange and yellow. And I had extra shades in this one. So you can see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 shades for the light block and 4 shades for the dark block, and I was only using 3 shades each on this. So it's not the biggest difference, but it does make it visually change. It's higher contrast than this. But yeah,
You just blew my mind a little bit, and by a little bit I mean all the way. It's just blown. So thank you.
I spent way too long just kind of doing one side and looping over and just checking and going back again and loading it into the game maker.
It's impressive.
And getting mad that it's not looking the same on every single side. It's like I want it to be perfect, but there's no real way to force it to be that way. But it is what it is. Work within the limitations you got.
It looks super great.
And then same as the green blocks, we've got all the other types. So there's the city block solid gray green, which is from spring, and then we've got city block solid gray yellow, which is from summer. For fall, we'll have red, and for winter, we'll have blue. And they're just kind of the neutral, like most wall colors. They just kind of change the color theme a little bit. For spring, we had solid green, and for summer, you get 2. You get solid orange and solid yellow. And then we have the base and cap parts for making walls or columns with the city blocks, and you can do that with
a question from Max
summer as well. Yeah.
They asked, have you tried turning them liquid to see the effect?
That actually sounds really cool. I have not tried.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. I will upload it as a separate one though. We've got the tiles for spring and then tiles for summer. And these blocks are available to everybody right now. If you go to your Game Maker library, you'll see them. The things that you would need to buy if you wanted to use them separately from them already being inside the city block. I separate out all these assets, and I grabbed some from spring as well that I hadn't before. So we've got the 4-meter railing, so safety first. You can protect the citizens of your crazy city with that. We've got the brain cactus planter and the twisted bush. We've got the pixelated sun graffiti and the swirled rug. Lots of time.
When did the sun get a mustache?
When I first made it.
I thought the sun had like. Is that the summer one?
The flower was the spring one.
Okay, cool. There you go. I was like, wait a second. Hold up. There we go. That's what I was thinking about. I was like, I don't remember glasses. I don't remember mustache. What is wrong with my brain?
Yes, the sun. It's a very very fancy sun. The funny thing is, it actually looks kind of like my dad. Because he's got these kind of like, he's got much like thinner eyebrows than I do, but they do tend to like do like a kind of curl thing. And then he has been doing the waxing mustache thing lately, which I guess was just the past year or two.
Your dad sounds like, super rad.
He's nah. I don't know about super rad, but okay. his mustache is pretty fancy. It is kind of like the Pringles logo. I didn't even make that connection, but I can see that. And the glasses are actually inspired by some glasses that I've been wearing lately, which is cheap plastic glasses my wife picked up. I think for our daughters to wear, but they actually fit my face, and they're pretty comfortable. So I've been wearing
Nice.
those. All the tables are available now. So these are both in the summer and spring block. There's a coffee table, dining table, and dining chairs. So you can quickly set up fully properly colliding scenes. I also added the display table, which is great for putting little sculptures on. We've got the floating blocks artwork. So obviously this isn't animated in the city block because that would mess with collisions. But just a little decorative block here. Just doing a little wiggly thing. Not nearly as exciting as Slam, which is also available on the marketplace now. This one was fun. It's kind of a headache to set up the frame by frame thing on these, but I am happy with the way it turned out.
It turned out so good. It turned out so good.
I do like it a lot.
Because of you, I've been online dream shopping at
oh no,
cabinet, a gaming cabinet, because of you and Slam. Just so you know, I'm never gonna buy one.
If your wife's watching right now, I apologize in advance.
She's the one trying to talk me into it.
Oh, do it.
I'm the miser in this household, not her.
Both the purple candle dish and green candle dish are now available also. A lot of these are just like 1 or 2 sand. I made a bunch of them because there's like 10,000 of the city blocks. There's 10,000, 20,000, something like that, of the city blocks that will be available to claim. Not that many.
There's not that many.
And the assets, the little pieces, I wanted them to be affordable. So 1 sand, 2 sand, 3 sand, plus the 5% that the Sandbox gets. Just if people want to expand their cities and have everything match, they can do that. We've also got... What's up?
So the BitFox just drops exclamation point Spoin in the chat. Does it still say that in the
Nope.
header? Okay.
Nope. But people are free to spoin whenever they would like.
Yes, you can spoin away however you want, but unfortunately, BitFox, that was only for last week, and it wasn't last week specifically. It was just the first person who did it.
It was the last stream, I think, right?
Yeah, it was last stream when it happened, but it wasn't just available then.
Yes, it was just for the first person who did it. Lukus and I have not decided yet how the rest of the spoin are going to be claimed. However, they have been minted. Where did Joe put it? There we go.
I believe.
Yeah. Joe minted these on Rarible like he did with the original ones.
They're all numbered. I didn't know that was going to be a thing.
They're signed and numbered. So I did the artwork on these ones, but Joe is he's like the commissioner or whatever.
The Spoin Overlord.
Yeah, it's authorized by him as the mint of these, the minter. These are made with his blessing as the Spoin token creator. So, yep, they're numbered and each and individually signed by hand. He pulled it up on tablet, I think. You can see the signature varies a little bit from one to the other.
Wait, he signed it individually on each one?
They're signed and numbered by hand.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So each one is a little bit different. And yeah, we'll figure out. These will trickle out slowly. They do, however, give access to the Spoin roll on the Wizzyverse Discord. We're still doing 2 daily giveaways there, although I forgot to set them up for today. It might be a late one. Sometimes I forget to do it on a day, and then I just do 2 on the next day. Well, I forget to do the 2 on one day and I do 4 the next day, technically.
I'm digging it. Digging it.
So we're giving away Wizzy the Golden's
Hat.
prescient hat. I
Prescient.
think.
Okay. Prescient.
Isn't it prescient?
Is that the term? I don't know.
I think that's
I
the word I
forget
used.
the orange one. We give it away all the time. So asking me
It
to
is prescient.
know the information. Okay.
Prescient means like seeing the future. So yeah, that's the golden hat that's being given away on exclusively on the Wizzyverse Discord. The only way you'll get a giveaway for that is on the Wizzyverse Discord.
I didn't know that's what prescience meant.
Yeah.
Knowledge or action of actions or events before they occur, also known as foresight.
Yep.
That's neato.
So we've also got purple couches to match the red ones. We've got the labyrinth artwork. You can just slap. You could just make a floor in a room. Just be like, bam.
I thought the labyrinth artwork was a rug.
No. I mean, you could use it as one.
Dude, that would be such a cool platform.
Yeah. Okay, so it doesn't quite perfectly line up on the edges because I didn't intend for it to be tiled. But you could do it that way. Actually, the easier way. So one thing that's interesting, and I'm not sure if there's a way we can make this better. Well, I mean, I'm sure there is a way we can make it better as far as the engine goes. When you place an asset, it is aligned to the voxels. So if you look very, very carefully, it's hard to see with a big asset, so we'll do it with a little one, where we can zoom way, way in. As I go to place this asset, you can see that it snaps. It's a little bit elevated. It kind of hovers a little bit. When you place an asset on the ground, it's actually slightly above the ground. Not entirely sure why that is. You can actually just go 37.5, or you can snap drag it. It still makes it slightly above. There we go. So the ground level is 37.5. Assets default to place at 37.51. Like I said, I'm not sure why that is exactly, but that's just something to be aware of as you go placing assets. I think that's actually for the sake of NPCs, so they don't like collide with the ground. I'm actually curious if I set it to 0.5.
Dr. Metaverso says, press end on the keyboard and it'll snap it to the ground. I don't know if that's real or not, but if it does, that's awesome.
It is real, but I don't know if it's gonna snap to. Oh, it does snap to the half value.
I thought it was gonna like shut the program down or something.
No, I use end all the time, but I didn't realize that it would line up perfectly. So I'm at 47.6. You hit end, and it does go. It does get rid of that 0.1, the 0.01 offset. I am curious about the NPCs though. Do these guys still wander around as expected if they're slightly colliding the ground? And,
I feel like
yeah, they do. Yeah, so I'm not sure what that 0.01 vertical offset is about. No idea. But as you go to place an asset, zoom way in. You see as I just drag my mouse to the right, it snaps to each voxel. Just a little doop 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 doop. But when you select it and you drag, it's smooth. It's no longer snapping. And if you hold shift, it snaps by a whole half meter. So if you want something lined up to the voxel, you got to do it when you're placing the asset the first time. So if we wanted the labyrinth to line up as floor tiling, we totally could. We just have to do it carefully, so we don't get that Z fighting. Just because there's a slight overlap on them. There we go. Now they're all nicely lined up, and we can hit end, And now you can see the gap. There's that 0.01 meter distance. You just hit end and they all slide down. So now you've got a really wacky and wild floor to look at. Or, you could be totally zen about it.
Zed?
Zen.
Oh, Zen. That makes a lot more sense than what I was thinking you said. I don't know what that word means. Like Zed run? Like, what are we talking about here?
What else we got? We got the lamp to light up your living rooms. Oh yeah, the cobbles. So if you want to decorate a path here,
I do.
you can.
How did you know? That's really cool. I would love to turn that into a ladder.
And on these, I'd really suggest. Oh yeah, that would be a good use of it. I hadn't even thought of that.
Kind of looks like handholds from like a free climbing rock wall.
Totally. End is a good use case for these because they're only 1 voxel thick. So when you go to put them on the ground, they do have a lot of extra height to them. They're supposed to collide halfway through. So if you look at the yellow outline, you can see that it's halfway in, halfway out of the ground. But that's after I press N. Before it, you can see that it makes a big difference. They're much taller. Yeah, let's try it as a climbing surface. How well does that work? Add component. Climbable. I dig it.
Yo. 2 birds, 1 stone.
Well, it's actually a bunch of little stones.
2 birds, 97 stones.
Let's see what else we got in here. I think that's everything on the first page. Second page. Oh, yep, the bookshelf. It's 3 by 4 by 1 meter. Just you can decorate your home with it. Everything in here is like super minimalist. I wanted everything to be really well optimized for face count, but make it all a cohesive color theme and fit together nicely style wise. And then we've got the square cobbles from the spring collection, and these ones are good if you want to do like a patio or something. There you go.
That's so cool.
So those are all in the City Block collection. If you search City Block on the marketplace, there is a collection with all of them in there, and the City Blocks will be claimable for people who have 3 or more months of land ownership history. Soon, TM. They're all done. The spring one's minted. The summer one's ready to mint. I'm not sure. There may be something with like figuring out all the addresses that they go to. I'm not sure exactly. Like for the claim list, that might be what the slowdown is. I'm not sure. But we'll see if we can look into it. All right. Now, we wanted to do an experiment.
Water tile.
Yeah. So I'm gonna open up VoxEdit again.
So when we film the show, when we stream, I close off the door to my office and get the room nice and tight so that I don't have any outside influences coming in. And by that I mean my animals. And so I just looked over, and as of right now, both of my cats and my dog are literally just sitting there with their heads and one of their arms under the door. And it's pretty stinking adorable, I'm not gonna lie.
All right, we're gonna upload to Workspace. Oh, how long have we had the form up? Did we say that the form was up, or did we stealth launched it?
Stealth launched it.
Form is up in the chat if you'd like to get Wizzy the Orange's singed hat.
It's kind of crispy. Super like it. Although the purple one is my favorite. I think I've said that a million times before.
All right, we're gonna do block, and we're gonna say orange tile water. Fluid. Um, we'll set it slightly transparent. All right, hopefully this syncs fast. Sometimes it can take a little while for the blocks to upload. Jazzwolf says, I love all of the hats. No, you must decide which one is your favorite.
Look at literally the next comment after.
Sometimes I feel like I've mind melded with people a little bit.
In sync. We're in sync.
There is going to be a special hat for the ambassadors and the moderators on the Wizzyverse Discord, which I hope to get out to the team.
Is it going to be invisible? It's going to be invisible, isn't it?
Well, I mean, you already have the invisible one.
Huh? I didn't even know that.
Well, it's invisible. How did you expect to see it?
Oh, man. I got to do some thinking. I'll get back to you.
No, there's going to be... I think it's going to be pink for the... like a cool shade of pink for the ambassadors, and a shade of orange for the moderators. Yeah.
Like Barbie pink?
No. Like the flower pink kind of.
Okay.
But they're not going to be.
Two things are different. Oh, that flower. Gotcha.
They're not going to be one solid color. It's going to be what says Saturday?
Oh, the form. I put Saturday on the form.
Yep, you can only win on Saturday. No winners for Wednesday. Sorry.
Oopsie-doodle.
If nobody had mentioned it, we would have done the giveaway today, but oops.
Oopsie poopsie.
Let's see. Here we go. Orange tile water. Ooh. Whoa. That's cool.
That's super dope. That's super cool.
I want it to be more opaque though. But that is...
I feel like that's something you would find in like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. Like you're swimming through candy there.
Yeah, this is just the checkered paint factory. Right? Like in cartoons when they're like they like dip the brush into checkered paint and just paint checkers. But that does look cool though. Of course, you can't see it from the inside.
Well, that's unfortunate. It still looks neat on the inside. It's a different shade. It just looks like you're wearing like blue blocker sunglasses. Look at you doing the dead man's float. That's adorable.
I think I'm not sure how exactly I got myself to do that. Okay, if you point the camera straight up and swim straight up and then release, you float on your back. But if you swim forwards, then you tread water upwards. And then, of course, there's always the fun belly flop off the top. If you just go, whee!
That brings back some very painful childhood memories. Do we know what causes the hesitation for swimming?
I don't know, but I know that it's been reported and that the team is aware of the bug and is going to try to fix it for the next update.
Okay, also, follow-up question. What does that question mean?
So you'll see if I just run straight into the water. See, I'm like, instead of swimming into the water, I'm just
Oh,
swimming
okay, I
up the
gotcha.
front of it. Now it has to do. They've noticed that it only happens if you go in from the ground.
Oh,
So
okay.
if you jump into the water, you swim right in.
Oh, look at that.
So it is your own hesitation which destroys you when you
Story of my life.
when you don't jump into the water.
I mean, is the water cold? Because if it is, I'm not jumping in.
And from the top of the water, I don't know. I haven't tried it. Does it do the same thing? Okay, so if you walk into the water, you swim normally. If you jump in, seems to be exactly the same.
I do not know.
I'm not encountering the issue. I am in 0.8.6 right now. So in depending what version you're in, your results may vary. Yeah, it seems walking into the top of the water seems to be exactly the tiny bounce on entry. It's because your body is buoyant. You are not made out of lead. I think it's literally just transitioning into the swim position. So that can probably get smoothed out, but it doesn't feel like a bug. Because you gotta remember, as this character moves around, all of the animations are done based on the foot position. So the jump, like the animation isn't actually throwing me up in the air. The animation looks exactly the same. Like my hips are at the same position in the animation for the jump. So the jump is something that's happening engine side. So as I fall into the water, there's probably some difference between where the physics is saying that I'm going and where the animation is putting me. Because the animation can resist against the physics. It's not actually changing my position as far as physics goes, but just like you can animate an object moving away from its origin point, that can also happen to the avatar. Like I could make an animation for the player character that they jump in the animation. And like I could say swing the sword for an attack and make me go flying in the air. You could totally do that. It won't technically change your character's position. You'll still be standing in the same spot when that animation completes. Um, so that little bounce could be the transition into the next animation. It's kind of hard to see. It happens so quickly. Like I would probably need to look at a frame by frame. But I think it's. Mm, okay, so I was saying that based on the fact of like diving into the water and immediately swimming. But when you jump, yeah, there's a little bit of a bounce there, I guess. Real life kind of does that too.
Does it though?
I mean, I'm very buoyant, so
I
I
sink.
I do kind of pop back out. It's pretty
Oh
easy for
man,
me to float.
I drop to the bottom of any lake, river, or pool. It is not fun. my scuba diving certification. At the end of it, they're like, "All right, you guys have done all the hard stuff. Now you just got to tread water for 15 minutes." And I was like, "Oh, so you hate me?" Is what
Oh, I
you're
could tread
saying?
water for like 3 hours. I have treaded
I
water for hours because I've just stood, just kind of floating, treading in a pool with my daughters. They're all swimming around and stuff, and I just kind of float there. But I imagine my fat percentage is much higher than yours.
I it was not fun, and I did not like it, and I do not want to do it again.
At least you get to the bottom real fast when you want to go scuba diving.
No, because then I hit the bottom real fast, and then I have to like control my buoyancy. It is just there is just so much going on with it. It's just no, thank you. I want to be a little more floaty. It'd be very nice.
They make devices for that.
Yeah, but they're
Little
expensive.
inflatable duckies stuff.
Oh, those arm floaties are a real lifesaver.
All right. Um. Yeah. So I don't know about the bounce thing. It doesn't really bother me at all. Like when I want to dive into the water, I just do. Like that feels pretty natural to me. Um. This is like, it's a little thing there. So I don't know. That probably somebody's noticed it. If you can always make reports, please. Like it's right there. Just hit escape while you're playing. Hit report bug. Tell us about it. And when I say us, I mean you tell our QA team for the engine side of things and the devs. I don't really interact with them that much. I just kind of receive the engine as is. Um, so yeah, definitely use that report tool to point out things like that. Uh, we do have a whole system for keeping track of those things and prioritizing them. So I don't, like I said, personally for me, it doesn't. I didn't even notice it until it was pointed out. Um, but it could be a thing that could be improved upon. Try treading water with a 10-pound brick in your hands, feet only. Um,
No, thank you.
for how long?
No, no. That answer to that question is not necessary because no, thank you is my response. It could be like 30 seconds. I'm like, cool. No, thank you.
Because I just literally float without the treading part. Obviously, I'm not a lifeguard, so uh, it takes very minimal.
I would only be a lifeguard in a situation where they were like, all right, we don't want any of these people to survive. Can you handle that?
It's what are you, Agent 47? like like where'd all the lifeguards' hair go? Who's this guy?
uh, who's this guy? What is happening?
Who's to say?
Why are why are all those children floating there?
Oh no!
Oh no.
Don't make
See, I
it
told you I
dark.
shouldn't be the lifeguard.
It was funny, and now it's sad.
And why are we still laughing?
Cause we laugh through the pain.
Oh,
All
I'm
right. I
sorry
want
I
to
made
make
it
this
painful.
block. I want to make this block more opaque. We're gonna edit. Here we go. I don't know how quickly this will update.
Are you? One second. I think my video stream might be a little behind.
Probably.
Okay, yeah, because you were still running around the building. You're like, let's make this block a little more opaque. And I was like,
Yeah.
what is happening?
I'm being visited by a ghost.
Spooky.
I think there's a little bit of sunlight peeking in
Ah.
from behind my knockout curtains. All right, let's see how quickly this water updates. I might have to like exit and come back in. How are we doing with that giveaway?
I'm gonna close it out. Right, meow.
All right. Okay, well, the icon disappeared, which indicates to me that it may be updated. Hey, that looks way better. I think. It does feel different, right? It feels more opaque to me.
To me, it looks the exact same, but I'm also really bad with colors. Like when you were like pink, I was like, I know one, and
it
I
might
think I
be
might be slightly colorblind.
the same now. Now that I see it in gameplay, it doesn't feel like it changed much. It's more opaque when not playing. I'm gonna try exiting. And see if that refreshes. We're gonna go. Can we go to 90? No. Try again. The escape room artist says it was less see through. Maybe it was. Maybe
I
it
would trust
was.
him over me. I
I
really would.
wasn't.
Because plus, my glasses block out a lot of colors too. So
I wasn't comparing side by side. Those blue light filter glasses.
hmm
Probably they make everything look a little orangey yellow.
they definitely can. These are the lighter of my glasses that I have, but they still like if I go like this, just I'm looking at the sheet right now, and it's even changing the sheet's color from like that basic Google white to like a yellowish white.
Do you remember when there were the commercials for HD glasses and they
I
were
do.
literally just yellow, like very yellow, safety goggles,
Yep.
like the kind you use for like wood cutting or
hmm
something, and they'd sell them in gas stations and be like, "See the world in HD," and I'm like, after
Isn't the
a
world
nuclear
already in HD?
explosion. I honestly don't know how
Yeah.
it made it HD. I think I feel like a yellow lens reduces your visual clarity. Like it compresses
Speaking
all the
from
colors you're
experience,
seeing.
it does.
Like it's like forget the blue, forget the purple, forget the green. It's now all yellow. And now I'm blue running through my head.
I
Okay,
mean that the next logical step.
this is definitely more opaque than it was before. All right. That was a top tier suggestion. I don't remember who asked,
I think it was
but
Go West.
I think it might have been. But this was a very good suggestion. It looks so stinking cool. I
Yeah, it really
think
does.
we're gonna add that to the collection. Just for like, I don't even know what you're gonna use this for. It just looks cool. I want you to
It
have it
really does.
available to you. We can do it with the water, with the other water block too. So we're gonna edit this. We're gonna call this city block. What did I call the other one? City block tunnel tile. Um, we're gonna call this city block tunnel water, and we're gonna save, and we're gonna set as basic. And can I duplicate this one? I don't think I can duplicate the asset. I think I can just. Hmm. Can I open a Vox edit? No. I don't think the open in Vox edit works for blocks. Because I accidentally overwrote the old tile when making the new tile because I wasn't being very smart about how I went about doing this part. This is what happens when I do things at 3 in the morning.
It happens.
But I can recreate it. It'll be fine. All right. Let's see. Anything else going on with this that we want to talk about? I think we've thoroughly explored. So that when it comes to block alignment, what I talked about with hitting the end key is pretty important because even like even the summer blocks have that tiny bit of vertical offset. So if we go to a new one, a new space, I think I said summer block. I meant city block.
Hey, Alex.
What's up?
I got that winner.
Who is it?
Congratulations goes out to our friend Not Animated.
Hey!
You are the lucky winner of Wizzy's orange hat. It's crispy, it's singed, it got a little burnt in the microwave. It is yours, though. Please wear it with pride, friend.
So you'll notice that these spaces don't necessarily line up quite perfectly. Where's here we go. Here's a spot where I can show. So if I put a wall here and I go up, and then I take the baseboard here, you see that little bit of offset, and it's like, oh no, the alignment. So that's when you just hit the end key on your keyboard and watch it snap into place. And now it lines up perfectly. All right. So, I think we'll wrap it up with that today. Because like I said,
Okay.
I'm sleepy. I wanted to build the gallery some, but I think my creative juices for today are pretty tapped out. So, we're going to let that recharge, and we're going to do that next Wednesday.
I think that's fair. I mean, you deserve some sleep.
Sleep would be nice. Sleep would be nice. All right. Well, have a great rest of your week, everybody. Make sure if you're in the game jam to get your entries in before, was it the 27th? I believe. I think it's Sunday, 3 p.m. UTC on the 27th. Make sure you double check that Medium article for the game jam. Heroes and villains. Make sure you're following all the rules, getting all the things together that you need to, like your gameplay recording, things like that. And I think we're gonna raid Hodl.
Ooh.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I said we wanted to end at a decent time too, because we got to raid Hodl, because she's giving away a Wizzy the Orange's Singed Hat as well. So if we can set up a raid for Hodl, she should be live right now.
We can, and I will.
Thank you very much.
Uh-oh.
So I don't know if she's done the Orange Hat giveaway yet or not, but we're going to raid her either way.
Boom. Done.
Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for stopping by.